what 3 qualities are important for any teacher. The first I'd have to say is the most important, and that is empathy. Empathy means finding out what it is that the student is most intrigued by, how they work, and also how to push them further. That sort of leads into the second quality that I would have to say is really important, which is the ability to adapt to the student, a certain flexibility with your approach. Each student has individual needs, which from the first session through to subsequent sessions, you kind of have to adapt your style around in order to get sort of the best out of them, and also to make it enjoyable for them, which is actually my third sort of quality, which is the ability to make it fun. I specialise in teaching English, and having just studied it for 3 years, it is something that I, of course, find fun and exciting and interesting. And I think certainly at a younger age, that doesn't come through so much. It seems kind of something that you just have to do and get on with. But actually, it can be fun, and it's about finding what it is that will make the student see that too. So the second question then, about my best, sort of some of my favourite experiences as a teacher, as well as some of the challenges. So starting off with some of my best experiences, it would have to be getting that feedback from students after they've gotten into Oxford or Cambridge, and kind of them telling you about things that you've recommended to them when you've given them a reading list that have come up in the interview, unpacking what they said, and that sort of validation for them, and the excitement for them of this new journey that they're about to embark on is obviously really lovely as a tutor, and is very rewarding. So challenges, I think one that springs to mind is I did a few sort of group sessions for Oxford and Cambridge admissions, and within the group there were a few people who were more happy to volunteer and to take centre stage, but there were others that were a bit more shy, and they needed a little bit more to kind of get them to put their hand up and answer a question. And I think for me that just required a little bit more encouragement, and paying attention to that group dynamic, and being able to take the more shy candidates, more shy students, sort of bring them out of their shell. And often you'd find that once you did kind of pay that little bit of extra attention, they would then come into their own. So the third question then, what do I do for work other than tutoring, and why tutoring? I'm actually a filmmaker, so I am sort of now, I've just graduated, and I'm looking at getting my first sort of professional roles in film, but film is project-based, and famously quite sort of ad hoc with how it works. And tutoring is something that I've done throughout my time at university, because it's so flexible, and especially with online tuition, it just really means that you can do it whenever. And that obviously fits in perfectly with, of course, filmmaking. So that is why tutoring is something now that I'm looking to invest in as a graduate, and explore a little bit further.